NAB versus CineGear, and Masters in Motion versus ASC Masterclass. What's up, everybody? It's Steven Greathouse here. It's the beginning of the year, and just kind of forecast or share some of the things I'm planning for this year. And they're things that anyone can do because they are events or networking events slash film industry gear expos. So with that being said, I did a quick breakdown on the cost analysis of a few of my ones I'm thinking of going to. I think there's 5 total, but I need to only go to 2. Could use your guys' help to pick which one I want to go to. Yeah, I should have printed this out earlier. All right. Okay, hey, what do you know? So the 5 that I'm considering going to this year are: how does NAB versus CineGear look? I have to choose between one of these two to go to, and that's CineGear LA or Atlanta. I currently live in St. Louis, so Atlanta's closer, but I've got a good network in LA, so I potentially could have some free housing. Any of my friends who are watching this, you're out there. CineGear LA is just around the corner on May 30th-ish to June 2nd, I believe. So hey, I'll call you guys up. But anyways, NAB versus CineGear, why one or the other? I'm looking to see, or what I'm trying to get out of this is it's great to see all the gear and all. And I went to NAB a couple years ago, and that was really, really cool. I had a really nice pass that got me into like as many classes as I possibly could want to go. And after going to a few of the classes, I realized it was mainly for people who are beginners. And at the time, I definitely was not a beginner. I previously graduated cinematography school, both in Arkansas and Los Angeles. I've worked on many, many shoots before. It's always good to learn new things, but at the time, it wasn't necessary for what I was doing. Now, with my career being full-time as a freelancer, I'm mainly looking at the networking events and the opportunities and the kind of crowd that NAB draws versus the kind of crowd that CineGear draws. And if any of you guys have been to either of these events and have been to any of the after parties or networking events, please comment, or please let me know what your experience was. Just had my monitor EP6 battery die. I'm gonna change it out right quick. Got some more charging. I got 2 charged. And I'm back. This is the dead one. This is the fresh one, or another fresh one. Monitor looks pretty good. I think everything is the same as before. Back to what we were talking about. CineGear, NAB. I would love to know what your guys' opinion or your thoughts on what I figured out real quick. The NAB at starting cost is about $185. Now, I also wrote down in my notes that this can be a free pass. Just go to your local rental house and say, hey, do you get gear from them? And there's always free passes for NAB, just to go to the exhibit floor. But if you're trying to go to like the classes, of which this year I'm not, but I do want to try to attend as many networking events as possible. Not necessarily the ones hosted by NAB. I don't want them to be highbrow and cheesy. I want them to be people in the industry. So $185 is the number that I found on their website for cost of the events. Travel and lodging, like a decent hotel for $139 a night, and $304 for round trip from St. Louis to Las Vegas. Comes to the total about $906 without food, drink, or Uber. So just under $1,000 to attend NAB this upcoming year, which is not a lot of money for a couple of days, at least 3 nights is what I would be planning on. Versus CineGear, and let's just take a look at CineGear LA because my mind keeps going back to LA versus the Atlanta one. And that takes place in May 30 to June 2nd. And the pass for that is about $139 for the silver pass, and the gold pass is $259. I don't know what these mean. I don't know what the silver or gold does differently. If you've been, let me know. Is it important to get the gold? Does it just go with a silver pass and you'll be just fine? I don't know. Average hotel, about $127 a night, and $351 for round trip from St. Louis to LAX. And once again, I did mention that CineGear at LA. I have friends. Hopefully you guys let me stay. I'll give you money. Instead of me giving it to the hotel, I'll give you money. Maybe not as much money, but money. And the grand total of that comes to about $871 without food or drink or Uber. I do plan to drink, and I do plan to Uber, and I do need to eat food. So NAB versus CineGear. I'm thinking CineGear at LA. That's what's coming from my thoughts, that I'll have a different experience, and experience that's right for where I'm at in my industry, my career right now. But I do want to hear if any of you guys have been to both of these or just one of them and say, hey, you gotta go to this one because of X, Y, or Z. I would love for you to let me know. Second one. Give me a second. I'm making this stuff strong still. This is that not safe for children Sharpie. I don't know if you can read this, but it says Masters in Motion versus ASC Masterclass. I gotta tell you what I'm leaning towards because of price, because price is a factor. And I think where I'm at in my career, I'm leaning towards Masters in Motion. Mainly because it's closer to, the cost is more effective, and I don't quite think that the kind of projects I'm working on require or pay for, or I can even bump my pay to my rate to what an ASC class, master class would have to offer. However, next year, I don't know. Things are moving quick and projects have scaled, and I'm hopeful to learn as much as possible, as soon as possible, and apply that to all my projects. Well, what I wrote down, or what I found, Masters in Motion takes place in December 8th through the 11th in Austin, Texas, and the ticket price is $8.99. Travel and lodging on average is $180 a night for 4 nights, and $385 for the round trip from St. Louis to Austin, with a grand total of $1,904 without food, drinks, or Uber. So $1,900 to go to Masters in Motion this 2019 and the ASC Masterclass. This takes place a couple of times throughout the year, whether it's March, May, June, or September. September would be one I'm looking at. That's September 9th to the 13th. Takes place in Los Angeles, and the ticket price, which includes a couple of meals and a couple of travel, like trips from location to stages, at a whopping $2,999. I almost said something weird, I don't know. Anyways, and the average hotel cost is about $127. I mean, that's not average. We can go way more, but that's not like the crappiest place, and that's not the nicest place. I stayed somewhere in the middle for 5 nights and a $351 round trip ticket from here to LA. That grand total comes to about $3,985 without drinks and Uber. There is some food. I didn't include food because there is some food, and I might just have a liquid dinner with networking folks. I think that's how these things are supposed to run. I'm not quite sure because I haven't been, but what do you guys think? Masters in Motion or ASC Masterclass for someone in his second year full-time as a freelance cinematography? If you care to see, my website is stevenscgreathouse.com. Doing a lot more commercial work, music video work, and other interesting projects that I think that this is where I'm at least here. This would be next year, maybe this year, but I don't want to go in not knowing enough. But that's also where you go to learn, what do you do? The main reason why I'm making this video is these are the things I'm making it now because it's the new year and I'm already putting money aside for these things and building up for them. I can pay for them now, but you never know what the next month has to offer in regards to work. So just a little at a time saved. But I want to reach out, see who has thoughts on these projects or these places, these events, and comment. Let me know, or however you message in YouTube or Facebook, wherever you see this video. Let me know what your thoughts on whether it's NAB versus CineGear or Masters in Motion versus ASC Masterclass. Are you going to either of these? Have you been to either of these? What do you think I should go to? If you or maybe seen my work or know who I am, or just what does your gut say? Which one should I go to based on I guess maybe what I look like, or the quality of this video, or the number of views, or whatever. I don't know. But yeah, I can maybe share my little breakdown what these things cost here, maybe in the description. These are just simple bullet points so that I could write down and start to think about pros and cons. And some of these events are right around the corner, so I do need to pick soon. NAB versus CineGear and Masters in Motion versus ASC Masterclass. So that's all I had to say. I'm Stephen Greathouse. I'm a freelance cinematographer based in St. Louis, Missouri. You can like this video, it would be cool. Subscribe to this channel, I suppose. I'm going to keep making more videos. This channel is going to be the shot, cut, and colored. It's where I show you projects that I've shot, cut, and colored, and the process from when I shot it to when I cut it and how I colored it back here. And those would be breakdown videos, hopefully short or maybe digestible, or if you care, not digestible, and you want to learn something from my perspective, I suppose. Anyways, thank you for watching this video, and see you in the next one. Peace.